Hello, Saber Forum. This is Malik Thingwolf with a quick look at my Renegade LE. For those of you that have been interested in getting a Renegade LE, but you thought it would be too much Saber, let me tell you, you should go ahead and give it a shot. Quick size comparison of a few other Sabers, and so it'll give you an idea of what you're looking at. If you own one of these, and that is the Azure Fallen, please note that while the Fallen is not as large as the Renegade LE, weight-wise, the weight of this saber is roughly the same weight. This one might have a slight edge only because of the weight distribution with the cross section, but they're roughly the same weight, um, same circumference around. Actually, this one might be a bit more wide circumference around than this one. Okay, so if you own a fallen or if you own a butcher, you might want to consider getting a Renegade LE. Next, just for reference, if you own one of these, a Fulcrum, okay? Everybody knows Fulcrum's pretty big saber, but look at it compared to, let me line them up even now, compared to the Renegade LE. Not that much difference size-wise, length-wise. Won't lie to you, this saber, it's a weighty saber. It's roughly the same weight as the Renegade LE and the Butcher. So if you're considering a Renegade LE, and you have this saber or this saber, you might want to go this route. Okay? Now, let's talk about a couple other ones. Lengthwise, size-wise, weight-wise. If you're a fan of the Raven and you own the Raven, new Duranian pommel on it, only gave it a little bit more length, about an inch and a half, is actually longer than the Renegade LE. Much, much lighter. Okay, not gonna lie, this is a fairly light saber to be so large, but size-wise, definitely in the ballpark with the Renegade LE. If you own, and this is a good one for you, if you own the Malice, all right, if you own the Malice, the weight and size and circumference of the Malice is pretty much dead on. With the Renegade LE. If you own this saber and you've been looking at this one and you're not getting it because you think it's just too much saber, trust me, if this is on your list, go ahead and get it. These two are so close, it's scary, okay? Go for it. Not done yet, okay? Those are some larger sabers. Here comes one of my absolute favorite sabers, and I know a few of you out there own this one. If you have this saber, then you need to seriously be considering the Renegade LE. And that, of course, is the Scorpion. This is the Crimson version. I absolutely love my Crimson Scorpion. She is a beauty. I love it, love it, love it. Okay? Gorgeous saber. But that's not what we're talking about. The weight of this saber is so close to the weight of this saber. Now, don't get me wrong, Renegade is still heavier, but that's because of the distribution of the weight. Still roughly the same weight. If you can manage a Scorpion, this saber is for you. I'm only bringing this up because I'm considering possibly getting a Flamberge as well. But I have a feeling it's just going to be way too light. I'll like it, but it's going to be too light. But if you're a large saber lover like myself, and you've got a Scorpion, you've got a Malice, you've got a Fulcrum, you've got a Butcher, and you've been looking at getting a crossguard, Renegade is your saber. And they've got 4 different versions of it, so you can find your own taste. I prefer the LE. Mine, of course, is a diamond, and I'm loving that. Now, for those of you out there, and this one is a really good one. You're going to like this comparison. For those of you out there that own this next saber and you've been thinking about getting a crossguard but you weren't sure, understand this next saber is much lighter. Okay? Much lighter. But the length, overall length of the saber size is not that much smaller than a Renegade. Okay? And that saber is the Fallen. If you have a Fallen, please note the height, the differences. Not that much different, okay? If we took this saber, pommel to pommel, put it right on top, minus what's sticking out. Look at this. This is amazing. It is roughly the same size. The only difference being it's got a cross guard on it, okay? So, if you are thinking you want a cross guard, you want something over the top, you want that Sith saber that's going to intimidate, possibly a Renegade is for you, especially if you own this one. Remember, a lot lighter, a lot easier to handle, but the same size. So, if you're considering a Renegade, if you've been looking at it and you owned any of those other sabers, sabers with some weight to them, sabers with some size to them, Saber you thought would just be out of that league, okay? If you own any of those sabers, you might want to go ahead and consider getting yourself a Renegade. Here they are again, just for a quick size comparison. There they are. And of course, before I shut this one down, I gotta pop this. This is a diamond saber, of course. Had to get it. It's set up for Guardian Blue right now. Looks a little green on the video, but it's set up for Guardian Blue. This, however, is green because I had it set up for the Consular Green with the unstable flicker to it. It's a pretty nice saber. If you're considering a Renegade, get yourself a Renegade. If you think you want to go that route, get the Renegade. Now, we've talked about weight and size. Couple quick things. One, the only sharp point here is really this tip. If you've got something to kind of take that down a little bit, just this tip, then it's not as dangerous as it appears. These are actually rather smooth right along here, and fairly comfortable. The only issue is right here on the very tip of it. As you can see, it's got kind of an edge. So if you just kind of file that down just a little bit, you're good. Each one of these emitters has 4 set screws that will hold your blade in tight. And this actually turns so that you can get to all 4 screws. Same thing here, same thing on this side. So pretty nice to consider. Again, the Renegade LE, an excellent saber, something you might want to consider if you're looking for that Sith saber that's just going to say, don't mess with me, and you're worried about size or weight. Don't be. Don't be. It's in actually some pretty good company, I'd say. So feel free to go ahead and grab yourself one while you have the chance. This has been Malik Thanewolf. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to ask me. And thanks for watching.